The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of my Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Y'all started from PBS Kids, what you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. I truly want to be done talking about this one man right here on my channel, but when I checked the news and I saw something about him having ill feelings towards the woman who basically made him who he is today. Last summer, me and my good friend Amaya Janelle wrote a book together called Do Not Call Me Sis that heavily focuses on the subject of misogynoir. Now, the longest essay in this book is titled Sam Levinson and Thomas Astruc Didn't Do Shit for Black Women. I am going to read you all an excerpt from that essay, the section specifically called Malcolm and the Use of Marie. In 2021, Sam Levinson released a Netflix movie entirely in black and white, which is very film snob of him to do so, considering that the overall product was straight ass. Malcolm and Marie is a film starring John David Washington and Zendaya about a half-black woman being used verbally by her filmmaker boyfriend who takes advantage of her vulnerability. That's all you need to know because there is no plot. I am aware that Sam created this film for Zendaya and their friendship is not my business, but the issue strongly focuses on how awful her character was treated in this film. So many of Malcolm's complaints in the movie were about how white people not understanding his craft. Malcolm's barely there story is about his race, and Marie's arguments with him counterpointed that. If he wanted to make a movie about a black filmmaker and his mixed race girlfriend, he should have been the last person to write this screenplay. This was not Sam's story to tell. If anything, this was a bit of an Avatar movie, and Malcolm was him on screen. Sam has always been dragged to hell and back for the way he chooses to write girls, women, and people of color. We can conclude that Malcolm and Marie was a gigantic middle finger to everyone who ever said anything negative about his writing overall. I understand being protective of your work, and yes, sometimes people are just dickheads. Still, these criticisms of Sam's writing stem from the fact that he feels he does a great job of writing people who aren't straight white men when everyone who isn't a straight white man tells him that there are flaws within the storytelling. What's more disturbing about Malcolm is that Levinson included an arc about Malcolm complaining about white people not understanding his work. It's unsettling because from paying attention to Levinson's productions, he is obsessed with black aesthetics involving non-black characters, including hairstyles, music choices, references, and fashion pieces. Let's not forget that Assassination Nation ends with a black marching band performing. They contributed nothing to the story. They were just there playing their instruments and dancing. 3/4 of Malcolm and Marie is just a black man whom Sam uses to portray him somewhat, verbally a mixed race woman. Malcolm does not thank her. He goes on about how he's done so much for her with her drug addiction and makes her feel like she isn't shit without him. While this movie showed Zendaya's strength as an actor, it contributed to the same ongoing problem Levinson has when portraying female characters, especially those who aren't entirely white. Sam has no issue brutalizing these people in his work, all for it to go nowhere. There is little depth. Once again, this was a film that people watched for the actors over him. But even then, the actors could not save how poorly written their characters were. If you are interested in anything else I have to say regarding this one particular essay that I wrote, please consider purchasing our book. Now let's continue on with the commentary.
Come on, boys, get loud. 'Cause when the music starts bumping, the whole place will be jumping. It's my scene, my scene. You know what I'm.
Hey y'all, it's Hariana and I'm back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Hariana and welcome back to The Pirate Ship, also known as Harry Hook's Pirate Ship. I am the captain. You are not my first mate. I don't got no first mate because you want to know why? Bring your ear closer to the speaker so you can hear me clearly. Nobody's worthy of being the first mate, but hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Hariana and I like to make content based on nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. Sam Levinson has nothing to do with nostalgia, nor does he have anything to do with family and children's entertainment, but ever since I watched Euphoria in 2019, I have just been deeply disturbed by his work. And it's not even with Euphoria, because I also watched Assassination Nation around the same time when I first saw the series, and I have always just had such strong opinions about this man's work. Not really him himself as a person, because we only know so much about him. We don't know that much shit. Even though he is very far away from my niche of what I choose to focus my channel on, I just constantly keep coming back to talking about his work because I deeply just have so much to say about it. As you guys saw in the introduction, I read you guys an excerpt from an essay that I wrote last summer in a book me and my friend wrote together. It's just what I wrote then, that specific section regarding Malcolm and Marie. It has aged so well because of the recent news that has come out about Sam and Zendaya. In that piece I wrote, I mentioned something about how we don't necessarily know much of anything about the friendship between Zendaya and Sam Levinson, but there are lots of things that I can pick up from about this partnership that they have. And I have said this before, but if it wasn't for Zendaya, a lot of us would not know Sam Levinson by name. I knew who Sam Levinson was, I didn't know his name, but I knew of him because I had seen Assassination Nation. And I was like, oh, he did that film? Interesting. And people also know who Sam Levinson is because of who his father is. Because also in that essay, I written about how he was a nepotism baby. And I think him being a nepotism baby plays a big factor into why his work is the way it is. I often made the comparison with Sam Levinson and Thomas Astruc. And if you guys do not know who Thomas Astruc is, he is the creator of Miraculous, Ladybug, and has written a good amount of the series, and pretty much most of the problems with Miraculous Ladybug can be tracked back to him. When it comes to issues with storytelling, I noticed that Sam Levinson and Thomas Astruc, they have lots of similarities there. But one thing I will give Thomas Astruc over Sam Levinson is that at least Thomas knows how to make something. Because every so often something new comes up about Sam Levinson and what he is creating, or the lack thereof. Because we found out that Euphoria season 3 had gotten delayed again, and they're saying that it's looking to start shooting in 2025. I'm over it. I'm not watching season 3. And from context clues, the reason why this delay is happening is because Sam Levinson hasn't written shit for it, or he hasn't written that much for it. Now, Euphoria season 2 came out in 2022. It is 2024, 2 years later. Mind you, the first season of Euphoria only had 8 episodes. The second season had 8 episodes too, just as well. By the way, he had help writing 2 specials for Euphoria in between that time period of season 1 and season 2. Euphoria is significantly shorter than Miraculous Ladybug, and he still has not much written for it. While Thomas's writing may be what it is. At least he know how to make something, damn. And it's kind of irritating seeing what Sam Levinson is using as an excuse for why there isn't much going on with Euphoria Season 3. And he's starting to blame the cast members for wanting to take other work. But this cast member in particular is basically his right-hand woman, Zendaya. Now, as somebody who has been a fan of Zendaya since literal, like, 6th grade, literally shake it up. I've always been a fan of her. When I first got my Instagram account, she was one of the first people that I have followed. I have seen the journey of her go from a Disney Channel star to like a very well-known, established, and respected celebrity. Because Zendaya is who she is now, she's pretty much booked and busy all the time. Therefore, she's not going to be sitting around and waiting for Sam to hurry up and try to write something. Because as we see, Sam is a very slow worker. Now, I understand that good things take time to produce. But guess what? He takes all that time to make something and then the product don't even be that great. That's where so many of the complaints with Euphoria Season 2 had came from. Because it took so long for it to come out and then the product was very much lackluster. But also when it comes to Euphoria, it's very clear who is the priority character within this series, and that is the character that Zendaya plays called Rue. And part of the reason why Rue is a big priority for this series has to do with the fact that Rue is just Sam Levinson's self-insert. And Zendaya plays the part very well. And she's also the main character of this series. It's really looking as if Sam is taking all the time in the world to not get season 3 finished, and he's looking for excuses to blame it on other people. Mind you, this is just speculation, this is just assumption, but plenty of people were talking about how is it taking him this long to write this series. We saw how long it took him to write season 2. We end up finding out that there was a rewrite that went on with season 2 just as well. But now it's looking as if he's getting upset with Zendaya taking other work because he feels as if it is hindering the production of Euphoria. And it's kind of frustrating that he's kind of using this as an excuse for his very slow writing skills. And Euphoria has been criticized numerous times over the fact that only one person is writing this series, and that it's Sam. It's very apparent that he needs help with this writing at this point. Because it's beyond the writing just not being good. Like I said, it's miraculous ladybug levels of bad at times. It's the fact that it's clear that he's just struggling with the process overall. It's okay to come out and ask for help, man. But I feel like because Zendaya hasn't necessarily been there that much to help him with season 3, because she's just been everywhere at once. Like, she recently had a movie come out called Challengers, and that is like the film of the summer. Mind you, I don't understand how Challengers is the film of the summer, because when I went to go and try to see it, they already took it out the damn theater. Movies need to start being in the theaters a lot longer again, because what the fuck is going on? What the actual fuck is this? But anyway, ignore that little rant that I put. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I think Sam might actually be very nervous about Euphoria Season 3 because of so much of the backlash that Season 2 had gotten. And it's one particular interesting thing that I mentioned about Euphoria Season 2 was that it was when a lot of people came to the realization that Season 1 wasn't all that great either. But also, after Euphoria Season 2 had came out, that was when he released literally one of the worst shows of our time called The Idol. And The Idol is one of those series that a lot of people did not watch. They end up watching through numerous other YouTubers because so many people made videos about The Idol. A lot of people simply just watched The Idol so they could talk shit about it. And usually shit talking a show on social media is what gets it renewed for another season. Oh no, that didn't happen with The Idol. It ended up getting canceled. And I think with all the backlash that The Idol and Euphoria Season 2 had gotten, I think it bruised Sam's ego a bit. Because he got in a big ego boost after Euphoria Season 1 was completed. And mind you, I didn't think Euphoria Season 1 was great. I mentioned on my channel before how I had issues with the first season, and a lot of the things that people were complaining about in Season 2, I was like, oh no, they were in Season 1 just as well. And as I mentioned in that episode where I was talking about Malcolm and Marie, that film right there was when a lot of people were starting to notice that there were ongoing issues with Sam Levinson's work, especially with his portrayal of blackness. And while Zendaya is a mixed race woman, she's literally half black, half white. It's kind of frustrating to see how he is feeling the need to blame so many of the issues with this production onto her. And it's very much giving I made you, but remember, plenty of us would not know who Sam Levinson is by name if it weren't for Zendaya. A lot of people literally watched Euphoria because Zendaya was in it. People watch Euphoria, they were Disney Channel fans. We grew up watching Zendaya all the time and we couldn't wait to see her take on more mature roles. It's actually very fucking nasty how he feels the need to try to push the blame onto this one woman of color who has done so much for his career. Because while Assassination Nation was technically a success, it wasn't doing numbers like how Euphoria was. Zendaya's presence is what made Euphoria. And also, Euphoria has put us on to numerous other celebrities. It put us on to Sydney Sweeney. It put us on to Alexa Demie. I already knew about Storm Reid, Maud Apatow, Sydney Sweeney especially. The cast of Euphoria is what makes the series, not him. Like, if you're just struggling with creating season 3, just go ahead and say that. But there was just no reason for you to try to have this start up this beef with Zendaya, the person who has done so much for you. It's just frustrating. It's just gross. It's nasty. And I think I'm just gonna conclude this rant right here because Sam Levinson gonna pay for his crimes against humanity. I'm gonna tell you that. But thank you guys so much for watching this. I just wanted to get on here and rant and also share a bit of what I had wrote about Sam because this just genuinely pissed me off when I saw it. I saw it like early in the morning yesterday and I was like, I need a rant. But yeah, if you guys are interested in my book, the link to that will be down below. Also my shop and my blog and all that other good stuff will be linked down below too, just as well. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I will be posting more longer content. It's just the month of July has just not been a good month. My schedule has just been really fucked up and I'm going back to working night shifts. So yeah, we're gonna be okay. All right, thank you. Goodbye.